Hancko spoke, McKennie spoke, and we were fooled by Manna, sporting director of Napoli for Luis Hasa. And then, of course, tomorrow we have the possibility to play on the field Monza Juve with possibly a starter. That is already 8 days that we didn't see him starting a game. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I told you already what we will speak about in today's video. It's a short one, it's a really short update because it's Saturday morning. And today I want to spend a bit of time with my family. It's a really long time that I didn't spend time with them. I want to go to the city center, walking around, having a bit of fun. Family time, it's super important. So if you're able to spend some time with your family, please do it. That's the best that I wish for you, especially in these moments we are approaching Christmas. Can we speak about Juventus because it's a short video? Absolutely yes. Yesterday, Hancko, AAA objective for January of Juventus. Yes, we are back with the AAA because he is the AAA for the defense. You know that he can play as a center back on the left side of the field, on the right side of the field. He can play as a left back. He's a left foot player, physical player. We know all the characteristics of David Hancko. Well, yesterday he came out after being linked to Juve every single day on the papers, Gazzetta, Tuttosport, etc., and he said, texto, I will repeat, I'm not happy with the fake news saying that I already spoke with Juventus or that we already have agreed personal terms. It's not true at all. Juve might be interested, but we never spoke. I already told my teammates that it's fake. I have no idea where it's coming from. These are the words, texto, from David Hancko. I already told you, guys, that there is one thing that I don't trust. It's the words of players or agents really close to the new Mercato session. December, June, May. What did you want him to say? Go in front of the microphones and saying, yes, it's true. I will leave already in the month of January. Yes, it's true. I already agreed with Juventus everything, while, you know, it's not even possible to do it because first you need an agreement between Juventus and Feyenoord, and then only then you have the player that comes out. No, I don't believe in the words of David Hancko, then that it's not a done deal yet. Why not? I can understand it. But what did you want him to say? So now these words, we need to put them into context of a player that is still under contract with Feyenoord. Feyenoord is maybe a bit pissed off because it's true that in Italy they are exaggerating, but this is Italy. Of course, we are speaking about Mercato. Probably in the Netherlands they are not used to that media attention or that big power because, you know, now when Italy starts to peak, you already have 3 papers and then you have the channels on YouTube that are speaking about it. You have so many media, the televisions that are speaking 24/7 about football. The case is getting bigger. You know that Feyenoord is at the moment 4th in Eredivisie. They are still in the run for Champions League, so of course they don't want to be destabilized by these kind of words. So for me, that's a case that you need to take it, to put it there. Okay, David Hancko spoke. At least he knows that Juventus, if he didn't know, he knows that Juventus is interested in him. Let's see how this situation will evolve. And then yesterday, Weston McKennie spoke because he did something extremely beautiful. Because we are always speaking about the negativity, we are speaking about the things that are going bad, the things that are not funny or whatever. But can we also take a moment to praise the players that are doing some things that are really beautiful? Yesterday, with his association, you know, he went to a hospital to give more than 100 gifts to kids in the hospital. And that's really beautiful. He said it, you know, in Texas, I have one of my nephews that is growing without his father. I am a legend for him. I am an icon, an inspiration for him. So it's always really nice for me to be kind with kids, but also with elderly people. I love to do it. I love these kind of things because it's true that we're always speaking about the amount of money, the contract, etc., but we never speak about the good things that some of them, not all of them, but some of them are doing. So these are the things that I really appreciate. He's a good guy. Weston McKennie is really a good guy. Now the focus, where is, of course, the words that he said about Juve, saying, I want to stay at Juventus for a long time. Then he also spoke about the role. I don't care where I play. If I need to play in the goal, I would do it. You know, these words were already said by a lot of players. Locatelli, for example. It's normal. It's normal. You play. When you're a football player, you want to play. Wherever you play, and that's always beautiful. But he said it's not depending on me. It's depending on Juve. Now, what can we say about Weston? Weston that came at Juventus 4 years ago with Pirlo as a huge, big surprise, unknown player by the mass, and was able actually to find a spot there. a bit of difficulties in the beginning with Allegri to convince him, because you know it, with Allegri you need two things: technical abilities, but also especially tactical abilities, where he was suffering a bit, but he always found a way to impose himself. Even when we sent him on loan to Leeds and he came back and he had some difficulties because he didn't found his stuff in the locker room of Juve, he has been put out of the team this season. He always find the spot to fight, not only to convince the management to keep him, but also the coach to play him. And he's one of the keys, the fundamental parts of Juventus Football Club, of Thiago Motta, of Cristiano Giuntoli. It's nice to see these players that are never giving up. Look, if we're looking at one characteristic, one big huge skill of Weston, more than, I don't know, aerial duels, or the fact that he's able to see the spaces, the fact that he's able to play with continuity, these kind of things, I would love to say it's a fighter. Mentally, he's extremely strong. You can be as harsh as you want for him. He's never giving up. So bravo, Weston McKennie. I love these kind of players. These kind of players, they deserve absolutely to be in R25. Then playing or not playing, depending on the game, depending if they deserve during the week. But bravo, Weston. Continue like that. The third news that I wanted to go through is Giovanni Manna, ex-sporting director of Juventus Football Club, that is now the sporting director of Napoli. Well, he fooled this guy. He fooled us on Luis Hasa, or at least this is how I interpret it. You know that Luis Hasa is a player that I spoke a lot well about. I'm not the only one. When he was playing with the youth academy, with the next gen prospect, a potential good player. I was even thinking that this season, if he stayed at Juve, he could have had a few chances, not being a starter, not being fixed in the first team, but a few chances with the first team of Juventus, because that was the natural process, the natural growth for a player like him. He was impatient, he couldn't wait, he wanted immediately that big jump. He didn't want to go on loan like a few of our players that went in second division in Serie B before coming back to Juve. Some of them staying, some of them leaving because they were not at the level, or it didn't work out, or there was not spot at that moment. Well, Luis Hasa didn't want to continue with Juve, didn't want to extend the contract, what Juventus offered a few times. He didn't want, and at the end he was sold to Lecce. Sold, it's a big word, because he went there for free with, I believe it was 40% or something like that, or 30% of the future resale for Juventus Football Club. Look, if he have played with Lecce, if he would have started to be a player that was giving minutes, also with a few goals, etc., it could have been possibly also a beautiful deal, because if you sell him for 10 million and you take 3 million for a player that never played with you in the first team, why not? It's a good one. Unfortunately, this is not how it went, because he didn't play a single minute with Lecce, and now he's about to go to Napoli for 500k. So 500k, if we are listening to Nico Schira, what will Juventus receive for Luis Hasa is 150k. It's a disaster. And looks like Manna, sporting director of Juve, he has something to see with it, because he was still at Juve back then. He had a fantastic, great relationship with the youth, because he managed the youth before. Well, look, I would not be surprised if it was Manna that said, you know what, don't sign, go to Lecce, we already found an agreement, and then you come for us for 500k, you will be there. Now, will he play with Napoli immediately? No, he will go on loan. He will probably go on loan to Bari, that is a kind of hidden, secret satellite team of De Laurentiis, with his son that is managing it. Strange. It's a pity. It's a pity to see this kind of strange backstory, or at least, even if it's true or not true, it stays there. But what is really strange is that a player that refused the process or the project, the path of Juve, to play continuity, to maybe go on loan to a Serie B team, is now accepting it with Napoli. Extremely, extremely strange. It is what it is, guys. No regrets. No regrets. And then the final words about the game of tomorrow, Monza, Juve. I just tell you that possibly we could see Nico Gonzalez starting after 80 days that he didn't start a game with Juventus. Look, he already entered twice. The second time he entered extremely well. Goal and assist. Nico Gonzalez is an added value for Juve if he's healthy. And at the moment he's healthy. So we need to break also these draws in Serie A, because yes, it's true, we won against Cagliari in Coppa Italia in a beautiful win 4-0. But in Serie A we need to do it. Also because yesterday Milan won 1-0. Not a beautiful game. They lost Leao because of an injury, but they are there with 3 points more, and that's what we have to do also there against Monza. 3 points to give continuity, and then hoping to go to Firenze, or to play against Firenze, I believe it's in our home, for the third win. for the third win consecutively, something that we didn't do. And Nico Gonzalez could be decisive, and against Monza and against his ex-team. Why not? So Nico Gonzalez, the man of the moment. If you enjoyed that really short video with some news, not breaking, not huge, but anyway, Hancko, McKennie, we spoke about Hasa and Manna, and now Gonzalez, put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve.